All right, what's going on, Saints? This is Kevin coming at you with another trade recap. Today is April 29th, 2026. It is Wednesday. I took two trades today. One of them was about a break even, and the other one was a win. And so we'll go over it. We'll jump right into it. Just to give you guys a little bit of background, though, I am currently trading evaluations with my funded futures. My funded accounts are gone at the moment, so I am in a rebuilding phase. And my typical strategies, which is the 10 a.m. continuation and hourly continuation, are not hitting at the moment. So I'm basically fading my own strategy per se. And this is that, I guess, that stage or that concept of adaptation as traders. You know, if your strategy is not hitting, then try playing the inverse of that strategy and seeing if that hits. It might mess with your psyche at first because you're going against your intuition, but this is what it's all about, being able to adapt and stuff. So coming into the day or looking at the charts here, I have this historical support level, which we can see. First of all, I have the hourly candle looking bearish, the 15-minute looking bearish. However, I do see a large wick here. And that wick tells me that we are seeing some momentum to the upside in the lower time frame. So there's the possibility of a trend reversal, and we are seeing a lot of that in the 9 to 10 a.m. macro. If I jump back down to the 1 hour, we will see that we came down, we swept these hourly liquidity levels. We almost came down and swept this level and tapped into the hourly fair value gap, but we did not. We created what we know as a SMT divergence, where ES taps into the fair value gap, but NQ doesn't. And so once we saw that drive up, and knowing the fact that we are not resweeping the hourly lows in this macro typically, or as of the last month, I'm trading more. I'm going back to basics. So I'm trading key levels in the higher time frame, so historical levels of support and resistance. And so I did identify this level here. You could see price testing and respecting this level. And not only that, if I go down to, let's say, the 15-minute time frame, I can see that, you know, historically we see the wicks here. We see the wicks here. So it's a level that holds. Price comes down, retests, and then continues to the upside. And so that being said, I did set my limit order there. I kept my risks. We could see a drive to the downside still. We have 14 minutes left in the hour. And so, but anyway, I get tapped in here, and I set my TP to $1,500 or so, like all the way up here. And I know it seems ambitious, but I need two $1,500 days to pass the account. And so what I'm doing here is this is a starter contract. Okay, I'm expecting price to reverse off this level and continue to drive up, and I will size in accordingly as, you know, as price shows me that it wants to. Now this is a key moment here. Because, and I'm going to turn off the indicator for higher time frame candles, because we just broke above the daily open. So you can see here to my right, this is a key level, the daily open. And so the daily candle now is bullish. I am a few points. I'm like, I don't know, 10 points away from getting out of my position. At this point, I am comfortable holding and seeing what price does because we're so close to TP. You see, we come down, we test the daily open level here, and we're going to see that price continues its drive back up. So at this point, I am confident in the trade, and we get super close, dude. We get like literally 1 point away from TP. At this point, I most definitely am break even, so I drive my my stop loss up, and I actually put it below these wicks here. That's where my stop loss was, so I confirmed. And then price decides that it doesn't want to take me out of the trade, so we come below the 4 hour open, Okay. And what I actually did was I added a contract here because I figured, okay, at the very least, if we don't hit my TP, I can add a contract and then scalp to the upside above or at the 4 hour level for a quick 1500. So I do get tapped in here. Um, and then I give up a contract. So I basically put it in, take it out. And what ends up happening, guys, is I'm about break even. So I'm about $200 here. Okay. So I reanalyze, and this is important for you traders. Once your idea doesn't work out, I mean, if you see that you get so close to these relative equal highs here and it doesn't hit and price reverses, and not only does it reverse, but now here's what price has done. Let's see if we can. Price has traded above this level, then come back down, retested it, and now we're seeing a down move. Okay, so we retested this level. All right, so now we're seeing us hold this level, which is the 4 hour open. What I want to do is take a scalp to the downside. Why? Because I'm trading between two key levels, which is the daily open and the 4 hour open. So what I want to do is position myself perhaps in a way where I can enter somewhere along this leg on the retest, so that when price comes back up, I can take a trade to the most recent low. And I don't care necessarily if the hour distributes to the downside or the upside. I just want to take my scalp. So again, we had the 10 a.m. open low, hit the daily open level, create this fair value gap. So I put a limit order at the halfway point of this fair value gap. And I put actually 2 orders. I get filled, I believe, in the next couple candles. So boom. All right. And then my stop loss was, let's see, 600. So above these highs. And then I was targeting about $1,300 to the downside. So a little bit below these lows. So I get tapped in here. And then price, boom. Simple as that. That was the trade I took. About a 1.2 RR right here off of the fair value gap. But again, just to reiterate, price came up, price swept a significant low, came up, tested the 4 hour open level, traded below it. We created this imbalance, which is known as a fair value gap. I waited for price to tap into that fair value gap, and then I traded to the most recent low, which was here. And that's basically it. That was the trade today. And the one thing I want you guys to take away from this video is keep an eye on how price interacts to these higher time frame levels, like the daily open, the 4 hour open. You will see that these are significant levels of support and resistance. In fact, if I go to the 4 hour right now, you could see, even though on the 1 minute we traded above it, on the 4 hour we are wicking off of these levels. If I go to the 1 hour here, we can see the daily open all throughout the night. The daily open was a level that price tends to respect. You see all these wicks on the higher time frame are holding the daily open level right here. So what does that tell me? This is a significant level of support the price is rejecting off of, and this could be a great take profit, or this could be a great place to bounce off of. So that was today's trade recap. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay connected, join the Discord below if you want to just be in a community with other fellow believers that trade, and if you want to be in touch. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. God bless y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time on the next trade recap. Peace.